like to click our buttons when Chris arrives. White Township Manager joins us this morning. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. How are you?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, the White's Woods have always been an interesting topic, and the public comment section is now open now for folks who want to make a comment on White's Woods.
Yeah, so the White Township Stewardship Committee, they took them about 2 years. They finally completed a draft form of a stewardship plan, and they have that out right now for public comment. Anybody's welcome to read it, make comment. You could comment via the White Township website. There's an online form there. Also, wtinfo@whitetownship.org email. And we'd ask that you submit all comments by March 22nd, 2024 by 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. So you take those comments and you digest what people have to say, and they can inform the final form. Is that the way that it goes?
Yep. We'll take those public comments. We'll provide those to the Stewardship Committee. They plan to reconvene for a meeting or so after that we receive these public comments, just to read through them, understand them, and if something needs to be incorporated into the plan, they can certainly do that at that point.
All right. Good stuff. All right. So you've got some sewer projects going on in White Township.
Yeah. So we're finishing up the 286 sewer project. We're probably a month out from startup on that. We're waiting on the emergency generator to show up and be installed. So that project's coming to a close here. It's been a long project, and we'll be happy to close that one out. Next is everybody probably saw the delays on Indian Springs Road. We're doing a slip line project there. Lining about 800 feet of sewer pipe. Everybody knows how expensive it is to dig the road up and trench down 20 feet, or it's 15, 16 feet. But everybody knows how expensive that is, and this is a great alternative. They heat that PVC liner up, they pull it through the sewer pipe, and they blow air through it to mold it to the old sewer pipe size, and it's a nice project.
That's a tremendous thing to be able to do now. We couldn't even think or dream of something like that 5 or 10 years ago, and now it's here.
Yeah, it is here. And the camera equipment and the robotic arms that they have with the saws on them to cut the laterals out, it's a really unique process. It's fun to watch.
Now, how does that work in terms of getting that all done? Does it come in from another agency that brings it in and does the work and then moves along to another municipality, or does White Township actually own this? No,
we put that out. We put it out to bid. There's a couple companies locally here that do it. When I say locally, I mean Western Pennsylvania. And we put it out to bid, and they're busy companies.
I bet you.
They travel all over the place, and everywhere they find work, they'll travel to, and it's a mobile operation. They have several trucks, trailers, things like that, and they just pack everything up and move on to the next one.
I don't know in terms of cost how cost effective it is. I assume it's pretty cost effective, but I know that down the road, I mean, with the amount of savings that you have, that has to be a tremendous cost savings.
Yeah, so I'll give you some real numbers. That last year we had a portion of sewer line collapse, and if you remember, we dug up Indian Springs Road. It was about a 30-foot repair, and it cost us $45,000 or so. With this, we're slip lining 800 feet for a cost of about $84,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, if we had to dig up that 800 feet, it would be way more than that.
Plus the inconvenience, plus the fact that at the end you have a pretty rough road that has to be paved the next paving cycle that you're able to get to it.
Yep, and PennDOT, if you work on a state road, they like to see that at least half the road paved at a time. So we would be up for half the road paving there.
Yeah. So that's a tremendous technology, and boy, it's a game changer. The amphitheater is also in the news today.
Yeah, we just received another grant for $140,000, which receives our grant award over the last year and a half or so to $240,000. So we plan to kick that project up this construction season. There'll be some earth grading, some landscaping, construction of the concrete stage, the structure of the actual amphitheater, and some parking installation. So I don't think it'll be open this year, but we're shooting for next spring.
What a big thing that is going to be. That's going to be tremendous.
Yeah, it'll be a big project. It'll be nice for the community.
Now, what types of events are we talking about being held there?
We're talking everything from outdoor dance shows to local bands, to anybody that wants to rent it. High schools doing some concerts, outdoor learning, anything.
Yeah,
uses are endless.
I can see a little Shakespeare in the Park type of thing going.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't that be cool?
It would be kind of neat.
That would be something to do here in Indiana. So the amphitheater, and for folks who don't know, set them logistically. Where is it in relation to the ice rink building?
Yep. So if you continue past the ice rink building up towards the soccer fields, and you go up to the soccer fields, and there's another bend to the left there. As soon as you pass the restroom concession stand building, there's like a grade that goes up towards the Eagles Rest, and it'll sit right there on that hillside.
That's where it will be.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. It's going to be something else. I really like the idea of it, and yeah, I can picture that. I can see maybe a little summer movie thing going on there. All kinds of things that you could do with something like that. All right, let's get on down to Apache Drive then. What's going on there?
So Apache Drive, it's a stormwater project. It's roughly right around 2,000 feet of pipe replacement, catch basins. Just a replacement in kind. There's no major upgrades there. Just take out all the old rusty pipe out and put in new plastic pipe. That project is out to bid. We plan to have a bid opening on the 20th. So there's another week or so to get a set of plans and bid on that if you're a contractor and interested.
Yeah, that would be done this year?
It would be done this year, yep.
Yeah, okay. So that is going on. That's the thing, there's so much infrastructure that either has to be built or has to be rebuilt and repaired, and that's a constant thing for every municipality, and finding the best way to do it, and most cost effective, and getting all these things done. It never stops, does it?
And a lot of our infrastructure, some of these housing plans date back to the 60s, 70s, early 80s, and a lot of that pipe and infrastructure is at the end of its lifespan.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a shortage of pipe to replace. That's for sure as we move through these next couple of years.
Always going to be. Now, road projects, speaking of that, road paving projects, various things.
Last year we put our road paving out pretty early, and we received some decent pricing, so we plan to do the same this year. Our roadmasters preparing the some of the bid specs for that. We're looking at Mill Run Road, which we did some stormwater projects on last year, a little bit of Martin Road, maybe Apache if the stormwater gets complete. But once we have that list finalized, we'll release that. But looking to get some good pricing this year.
Yeah, well, why not? Chris Anderson with us, White Township Manager this morning here on Indiana in the Morning. S&T Bank Arena, as usual, it's a very, very busy place. I've got a hockey game there tomorrow. Not me. I'm not going to be skating on Thursday. But there is a hockey game there on Thursday for Indiana High. That's a pretty exciting thing. They'll probably get a playoff game.
Yeah.
So the events there, at some point during the course of a year, you make a transition, but it's not time for that yet. You've still got a lot of things to go with the winter schedule.
Yeah, still a lot of winter schedule, a lot of indoor happenings out there. Just mentioned last week was the figure skating competition. It was a really good success. Saturday night there was a D3 IUP hockey game there. Indoor soccer is there every night of the week now. We got some local softball teams in there on the weekends. Pickleball is still going strong. Some elementary basketball going strong. So it's busy.
Yeah,
definitely busy over there.
Yeah, when that building was put up many years ago, people wondered, will there really be enough activity out there?
It's been a progression of magnitude of things from strictly hockey to a multi-use facility, and
well, probably a lot of folks don't even remember the days when there was ice on both sides of the building too. Yeah,
there was dual sheets there,
and we kept them busy. So. Yeah, that's the S&T Bank Arena. What a great asset that is for the entire area. Now, the Chevy Chase Community Center is a big deal as well. And so things going on there.
So Indiana County asked if we'd like to partner on a project. And what the project is a Chevy Chase. It's a community visioning exercise. And what it is kind of looks at, it's like a snapshot in today of, hey, what do we want to see in the Chevy Chase community? Do we want to see any improvements, anything like that? And then we sit down through this planning process and work with the county and put together this kind of a long-range plan. And it's not hey, this is going to happen today or happen tomorrow. It's just a long range wish list, I would say, something that we can have in our toolkit that if a grant comes up or if we're looking for a project, there's something there on paper ready to go. We do plan to have 2 public meetings. If anybody is interested, you can look at the county website to look at those dates. I think there was one at the end of this month, but I think it's been pushed back. But keep an eye on our website and our social media, and we'll let everybody know when that public meeting takes place. So it'll be good for the community just to see, what are the needs there. If infrastructure is in pretty good shape, we spent a lot of money up there with the paving and the stormwater and some of the some of the improvements there. So
yeah. Well, I misspoke, by the way, when I said Chevy Chase Community Center visioning. It's the community as a whole, Chevy Chase Community as a whole visioning. And when you think of that neighborhood and you think of other neighborhoods around Indiana Borough, they all get that sort of attention now and again. You want plans in place for upgrades and for what you can do within that community to keep it vibrant. The big challenge, I think, for that area is it's on a hill.
Yeah,
the whole neighborhood is on a hill, and so finding good space is a difficult thing.
And it is up towards the upper end of it is really steep. But I will say that the public meetings will be at the community center. So there was some truth to your statement.
A little bit there.
Yep,
a little bit. All right. So all of those things in White Township. Chris Anderson is with us this morning. What's the meeting schedule going on? You got Planning Commission?
Yep, Planning Commission this evening, 6:30 p.m. Supervisors meeting tomorrow at 1 p.m. and both have full agendas. Yeah, busy meetings.
Yeah. Anything exciting that we need to know about for planning tonight? Because I know what happens. People say, "Okay, who's coming now?"
Yeah, we're reviewing a preliminary medical building that's up in the vicinity of the hospital, and that'll be the big one.
Okay. All right. Good shape. Chris, I thank you. I appreciate you coming by to visit with us today. Keep us up to date.
Yeah, appreciate it, Todd. Thanks.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.